All right, so numbers are in for Shania Twain's new album, Little Miss Twain, and it's not looking that great. Billboard 200 came in at 131. The UK, she did number 7, and in Canada, she went to number 20. Yeah. So what do we think about that? I was kind of worried, given the fact that it's been 2 weeks since its release, and we didn't really hear anything up until now. So normally we kind of get some idea that numbers are going to be good, but it's been really quiet. So that was a little concerning. And then now that we got the actual numbers, 131 on the Billboard 200. But then if you Google it, it says that she came in at number 3 and it did better than Queen of Me. So I'm a little confused as to where these numbers came on Google, like in the information that was given. Because here it even says in her Wikipedia thing that it's 131. And then you go and check the Billboard 200 and she peaked at 131 and even says new. So she just entered the charts this week. And if you come in at these numbers, you're selling between 5,000 to 7,000 copies in the US. And then that's also considering stuff like streams and stuff like that. So 1,000 streams to 2,500 streams. So it's not to say that she just did album sales, but also these are all collectively put into consideration for chart positions. So it's quite interesting to me what this resulted in. Now the question is, what happened? What went wrong? I look at the rollout and it was honestly better than what they did with Queen of Me, but yeah, Queen of Me charted way better. And then a lot of people are saying, oh, it's because she doesn't have mutt. False. When she came out with Now, it went platinum and it went number 1. She was also with Mercury then, the record label. But also people were more interested in her story, given that the album was based off of the marriage, her divorce and all that shit. So people were interested in the storytelling of it, and also interested in, they were curious in the sound that she would have without mutt. And she did quite well with that. That's honestly one of my favorite albums of hers. But Queen of Me went a different direction. And then with Little Miss Twain, I think the issue is that because majority that listen to Shania Twain, they like the pop stuff. Like that's really where things went big for her. It was the crossover in mainstream and pop music. She hasn't been given that for a while. And this album has nothing like that. It's very country rooted, deeply country rooted, more so than anything else country at the moment. Like we're dating way back to even before my time, bro. Like she wanted to tell a story here and she brought in the vibe of the country that she grew up on that made her fall in love with music and country music, like Loretta Lynn and all that shit. So you can hear the influence of these people in it. Thing is, Stranger Things should have been a lead single, if you ask me. It's like literally probably the only song that I really listened to on the album like over and over and over again. I love the fuck out of that song. And I wish that more of the album was like that. The melodic catchiness and like, you know, the things that we know Shania for. But the rest of the album, the strong points of the album is where she does her storytelling about like her upbringing and surroundings and stuff like that. I think that really fell in theme with the album. I think where it kind of loses its steam in areas is the fillers of the songs, where you could kind of think of like, oh, we should just put something in here to kind of give it a different vibe or something more upbeat and, you know, radio friendly, if you will. And I feel like that's where they lost the momentum in the album, is kind of just they lost the theme. Still great songs, mind you, but I understand what people are saying. I spoke to a lot of other fans about the album. They love it. They love it for what it is. But there's nothing that really stands out strong, I think, is the issue, except for Stranger Things. We all say that Stranger Things should have been a lead single here. But then the promotional side of things, I feel like they did quite well. You know, it didn't have a music video, but we live in a time now where music videos aren't so relevant, but yet they more so focused on reels. It's like they recorded a bunch of reels in one setting, and just did a bunch of different songs to it, and then they used it throughout. So I think, you know, that's not lazy, but you need to be quite creative in these areas so it works. Someone made a point to me too that music videos are still in, and it's true, because Madonna, she just put out that like 13-15 minute fucking movie video thing that had several songs in it that later had their own videos to it, and like it just kind of made a whole experience for the album. And you have Mariah Carey going #1, and Madonna went #1, and then you have Celine Dion going #1. So it's like, hey, what the fuck's going on here? Shania Twain is from this batch of people, and she is so capable of having another #1. Why isn't it happening? Is it Republic Records? I feel like they're quite lazy with the promotion when it comes to Shania Twain. Perhaps she needs a bigger budget, because there's a lot of things that they could have done to really bring attention to the project, like bringing other celebrities, features, collabs. That's really where it stands. And I'm not saying with new younger people or anything like that, but maybe even older people, for the country fans, where it's like, oh shit, she's really tapping into the country side of things. Like, that was the first impression I was getting when we were getting word that the album was coming, and she was kind of linking up with these other artists, and like Tanya Tucker and shit like that. So I thought we were getting that vibe. But then it kind of fell short on that for me. I do love the album. I feel like it's a really special offering from Shania. Just as like, I wish they fell more into the theme of things. And I do wish that they made more of like Stranger Things, to be honest. So she's at 131 this week. Chances are she's going to be off the charts completely next week, unfortunately. I feel like that's as good as it's going to get at this point. Like, she's just going to continue touring off of her hits and stuff like that. And I feel like Republic won't put any efforts into trying to pick up the project and making it into something. I strongly feel like she needs to leave Republic. She needs to go somewhere else where someone wants to fucking bank off of her. And I feel like, she deserves the big fucking platform underneath her, the big push, the machine, and they're not giving it to her. Anyways, yeah, so that's my thoughts on the situation. I sadly just think that this will result in just her being off the charts by next week. But I also don't think she gives a fuck. I think that she really genuinely wanted to make an album that she always wanted to make, that would be something special to her, that she wasn't trying to catch a hit. She wasn't trying to appeal to a younger audience. She was just trying to make music, jam, vibe with other artists. Prior to this, or while she was working on the album, you saw her on posts on social media and stuff. She was elsewhere, vibing with bands, going up on stage with them, and just doing these intimate shows and stuff, especially. So I like this era of her. I just wish that they give it more push, and really maybe more so push Stranger Things as a single. It's not too late. Anyways, guys, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.